going. I've been thinking about getting a channel going for a while, and here it is. The name of the channel is Mr. SRX, and I have a 21 SRX Yamaha sidewinder I'm going to be doing some work on, and I'm going to record some of it along the way. So bear with me. Let me get the cover off, and we're going to start getting the side panels off, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, I just want to give you a little rundown on my sled. It's mostly Hurricane Performance goodies on it. It's got a decent amount of work done to it, nothing too crazy. But right now I'm going to start getting the side panel off here. I did the riv nut deal on it. So let me get that off, and I'm going to start getting into the chain case. I got an oil leak that just came up over the summer. I noticed in the trailer and on the floor a little bit here. So I'll get that addressed, and then we're going to be going through the skid, and also doing some goodies to the clutch, both secondary and primary. Nothing major, and I believe that's about it. Let me start getting those riv nuts out, and maybe get a cold beer open here, and get back to you in a minute. Show you what a difference it makes with the riv nut being able to take that side panel off. Usually it comes riveted on. Obviously you drill it out, put the riv nuts in it. Got Allen heads in it. Not sure the exact size off the top of my head right now. It's been a couple years, but yeah, what a difference. So we're after this oil leak. Don't know if it's the chain case leaking or if it's actual oil. I believe it's actual oil. So let me get the camera set up here, and we'll start getting the oil drained out of it, chain case oil drained, changing that for the season anyway. And oh, one other thing I did want to show you guys, I am running a rollover valve bypass, and this is how I did it. I came up here with some heater hose, zip tied, comes around, comes on down, and it comes out right here, and it's been working great for me. So let me get the camera set up over here, and we'll start getting fluids out of it. Looking through this, I did notice here we got oil. I don't know if you can see it. Got a run line coming down where the oil tank bolts up to the chain case, and also on the bottom I got oil around the drain plug and around the hose coming out of the bottom of the pan. Also got oil dripping out of that bolt, so I'm not really sure where it's coming from. So like I said, we're going to drain it out and pull it apart, start inspecting seals and see what we got. Alright, well I do see the drain plug is, the O-ring's not looking too healthy, so it definitely could be one source. Alright guys, I'm going to shut this off for a minute. I'm going to get this oil pan off here, I guess, and go ahead, I'm going to get that out of the way, and we'll see what we find along the way. Alright, I did want to mention, to get this off, you're going to have to pull the electrical connector out for the reverse actuator, and there's also another electrical connector here. I believe it's for the speedo. And I'm also running a Hurricane Performance flasher, which I unplug because that will drain your battery. That is a constant draw. Been there, done that. Fried a battery already. So yeah, let me get this off and see what we got. Alright, I did want to mention, to get this off, you're going to have to pull the electrical connector out for the reverse actuator. And there's also another electrical connector here. I believe it's for the speedo. And I'm also running a Hurricane Performance flasher, which I unplug because that will drain your battery. That is a constant draw. Been there, done that. Fried a battery already. So yeah, let me get this off and see what we got. There's actually 3 electrical plugs you have to unplug. There's one down here too. I believe that might be the speedometer, the other one is not. The other one might be the reverse alarm. I'm not 100% sure. I do know this stuff, it's just I haven't worked on this thing all summer. I did want to point out something too. I heard about, it hasn't happened to me. Supposedly, I believe it's the speedometer plug or the mileage. I believe it might be the odometer plug. It's one of these. If it gets unplugged, the rumor has it, when you plug it back in, the sled will add 700, 800, 900 miles to your dash. I've heard of guys putting RTV in them, or silicone rather, to keep the plug in there. I've never personally had the issue, just something I heard about. So as I do put this back together, I'm going to read up one more time on the forums and see if I can find any information on that. I should also mention I am running a O2 sensor. I have a bung hole in there. It's a 3-inch Sandell Heartbreaker exhaust. I'm running closed loop tuning on it. So I just want to mention that's why I do have a O2 sensor. The 1T30 I have in there, that's 3H drive, is blowing out, so I have to do kind of half-ass. I did want to get these oil lines off before I pull the oil tank off, so that's why I stopped. Of course, the great luck I have, I dropped the bolts in the oil. Happens every time, especially when you're using half-ass tools to get it apart. That's alright, we got a magnet. Things next, I'm going to get the reverse actuator out of here, and I'll get that chain case opened up. I believe there's no drain on these. It's a 21. So pull the cover, there's a hole in the bottom, and it'll drain out into my pan. My suggestion to you guys, undo this wiring and clips. I believe there's going to be 3 or 4 clips, and I'll get that out of the way, flip it over to the side. I'm going to wire tie it over to the exhaust now. Alright guys, another cool little thing I wanted to show you is I use 3M. It's like a Velcro adhesive to hold my flasher on. Hopefully you're able to see that. It's been working great. It's been on there for, I believe, 2 years now, 2 seasons. I do also have the 2-step on here. Now, there is a thing that's been going around online. These reverse actuators, plastic gears in here strip out. I've heard of guys taking them apart, clocking the gear. It's only using a portion of the gear. Or, I don't have the part number with me and I've never tried it. There's a Saturn window regulator motor that guys use to replace this. They get it at the auto parts store. And I believe when I looked it was around $60 or $70. When mine does go bad, I probably will put that in there. save a little money. There you have it. Cover on here, reverse actuator. Gonna be T30s. And yes, tomorrow on my way home from work, I'll stop and get a new T30. 3/8 drive or 1/4 inch. I'm not aware I needed one. And it might help if I get a pan underneath there. Same case fluid, drains right out. It's got a little hole down there. Comes out of the case. Doesn't make too big of a mess. Be nice if I had a drain plug, but whatever. We'll get by. So I did leave the reverse gear mechanism in here. This pulls all out. I'll probably wind up taking it out in a minute. I left it in there, so I pulled the reverse gear and everything out. I'm going to stop the video here. The reason I'm doing that is I kind of want to go through the chain case on a separate video. I do have some goodies in there. DMC stuff, really good. It's held up great. So, and I want to address cleaning up this oil pan. And it looks like I also have a bad chain case seal. So let me get that all cleaned up, taken apart, and see what we got going on. The reason I had to go in here again, unfortunately, stupid me, the chain case tensioner here, I only welded one side. Make sure when you weld it, you weld both sides. It's 2 screws, front and back, they thread in. I didn't weld the back side, so I wanted to pull it apart and redo it all. And I'll also show you, I do have DMC. I got his gear in here, and it's got 1,200 miles on it. There's absolutely no play. Back and forth is just to align the chain. I did talk to him about that. No big deal. So I'm gonna get this all apart and make another video on it.